Hello, this is Deal here in Luclin up on the moon. Right now we're in Shadow Haven and we're heading toward Echo Caverns. And we're just going to work ourselves towards the deep. First place on the list for Luclin era poison making. And just head from Shadow Haven into Echo Caverns. And the first place we're going to go to is the deep, and we're just going to farm mushrooms there, or basically any alien-looking thing that's there. So we just keep going into Echo Caverns, head south towards the deep. And the cool thing is, once we're in the deep, we can zone from the deep to the Ssraeshza Temple. The deep entrance takes us to the undead side of Ssraeshza, or the Ssraeshza Temple. I'm going to go ahead and shroud up for this. Okay, well here we are in the deep. Couple things to keep in mind. There is an invis bridge. What we're going to do is just kill these guys. We're looking for fungus clumps. I believe the fungus clumps, they might drop off the underbulks. Maybe drop off these razor fiends. Check the razor fiend. Okay, razor fungus spores, razor fungus claws. We're looking for fungus clumps. Small piece of Acrylia. Underbulk claw. Just gonna keep searching. Okay, so as we work towards, there's actually two bridges. So we're going to work our way up here. I believe they drop off these thought leeches. Okay, not really the best place to hang out. You will notice that there's a lot of power levelers here. They'll literally pull all of these razor fiends and mushrooms. You don't see this anymore, but this is a big power leveling area. So I wanted to work over to this invisible bridge here. So you can see this is not a bridge. If you cross this, you'll fall off. That's a fake bridge. So you actually want to go over to where the invisible bridge is, which is right here. Still pretty easy to fall off the invisible bridge. There you go. So if you just turn to the right, see that's a fake bridge. It's not an actual bridge, so very important. You don't want to fall down to your death. Luckily, a rogue has safe fall, but not all classes have safe fall. There's the other side of the invisible bridge. And I like going north. The Thought Horror Overfiend is down to the south as we go to the Ssraeshza Temple. And, well, let's go to the south. Oh gosh, here I go. So I just fell. Okay. Luckily I have safe fall. Alrighty. So what you're going to do is you're going to go all the way to the bottom now. Too bad I don't have a lev. Let me go ahead. Alright. Filter. We want to go all the way to the bottom. Okay. Okay, and then the ramp up is all the way over here. Not very easy to see. Okay, there we go. Kind of annoying. Let's go ahead and there we go. Alright, there's the fungus clump. See that? So it seems like these mushroom men drop it the most often. Oh. Okay, so that takes care of that. So let's go ahead and sneak past the Thought Horror Overfiend, and let's just really hug this right wall. I guess left doesn't really work here? I don't know. So what we're going to do is just hug this right wall. There's the fake bridge. And we got some fungus clumps, so they drop off the shriekers. Okay. And fungus clumps are used in a lot of different recipes. They're used in oozing irritation. That's the one that comes to mind. And just make your way toward the Thall shard camp, which is right around here. Not hard to get a shard out of this area. Alright, head north. And you'll have to excuse the... There we are. The placement of my map, sometimes I put it right in the center of my screen. The deep is kind of dark. You can be in, turn up the gamma and be in dark elf form to see better. Alrighty, so we're getting closer and closer to the Thought Horror Overfiend. This guy is a real jerk. I doubt anyone fights him anymore. But I don't see him. I don't think he's up. Anyways, there's a fake wall right here, right through the wall. Okay. And we go right over here. There's a little, all right, and now we're zoning into the Ssraeshza Temple. Okay. So that's the first thing, fungus clumps. Okay, so you made it into the Ssraeshza Temple vis-a-vis the deep. So we're going to go around this way. There's a fake wall, I believe, right here. No. So we're going to click this to enter the basement, where there's like a wall. There we are, so I entered the basement. Alrighty. So this is the undead area. Okay, these are all the ghosts of the enslaved Ixar that were enslaved by the shissar. Okay, and this is a great place for paladins and clerics to use their undead nukes. I love this song, but I'm going to turn it down just a little bit. There we are. Okay, so there we are. We are now officially out of the undead area. Okay. The Ssraeshza Temple. Look at this. This is a disaster. Height filter. That helps you a lot. So I'm actually going to go towards the entrance, and let's take this little water elevator to the first floor. There's an observer. Let's just surprise this observer right here. Bam! There you go. Nothing. He didn't drop anything. Alright. Alright, these shissar are very easy to kill. So let's kill them. Of course. Hide corpse. Alright, let's take a little different route. Let's take the elevator up. Long elevator. Alright, that was the basement. Alrighty, so this way. Alrighty, so the Ssraeshza Temple. Now the front entrance to the Ssraeshza Temple is around this way. I went through the back entrance. The front entrance is through the gray. You need an enduring breath item to get there, to get through the gray, or you can just run as fast as you can. But this is the main entrance. Right there, alright? So, what we're looking for in the Ssraeshza Temple, if we were to forage here, we could actually forage up wax flowers. The two things that we want are shissar venom sacs and undead shissar venom sacs. A couple other things that rogues want to keep in mind when they're in this expansion. You need to have lockpicks, and you need to have your lockpicking up nice and high. I'm heading towards the assassin room, which will eventually take you up to the insignia camp, and it'll eventually take you up to Emperor Ssraeshza's room. Let me go ahead and just clear these guys out of this area. There goes Mr. Spirit Binder. Temple guard here. What I love is that I'm just outside the aggro radius of the other one. But we'll kill him anyways. Okay. So this door, locked. Okay. And hide corpse. So get your lockpicks out. Open it. Okay. Alrighty. Now what we're going to do is we're going to sense trap. And let me find my sense trap button and I'll be right back. Okay, so there's a sense trap button. We're just going to keep sensing traps. Okay, see that? That's the shissar ghost. So now what we're going to do is we're going to disarm the trap. Failed to disarm the trap. You have not disarmed a shissar ghost. Sense the trap again. This is very, very high trivial. These can be pretty nasty. There it is again. Click it. Disarm. Keep trying to disarm it. Don't go past that thing. Sense. There it is. Click the trap. Disarm the trap. Sometimes it helps to move a little closer. There we go. I disarmed it. Do you see it? Go back in a shroud. So this is why you have to have a rogue here. And this is a very hard trap to disarm, even at my level. Cool thing is, this guy did not see me. Isn't that beautiful? Nor did this guy. So we're going to head over to the assassin room. Okay. This is the shissar assassin's placeholder right here. Cool thing is, these shissar don't run. And I can kill this guy right here. Okay, sometimes I can stay on that without being seen. But you see how these other shissar, they haven't aggroed yet? Just outside their radius. The shissar assassin drops the Vashir illusion right here. So let's go ahead and kill this entire area. There's a name. Let's see what he drops. See? I assassinated him, and this guy didn't see me. Isn't that beautiful? What did he drop? He didn't even drop anything. What a jerk. Okay, yeah, he dropped the wristband of the brood. Let me loot that. I think I can. I think that's tradable. The wristband of the brood is a enduring breath item. Magic lore. It's 1400 tribute, and it's an enduring breath item. Alright. Alrighty, let's see here. There's an elite. These elites are a little tougher. What you're looking for to get Bane weapons, you're looking for elites that are wielding Bane weapons. Scary place, isn't it? So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to burn all these guys down. It really demonstrates the difference between attacking from a concealed position versus attacking from a position where you're seen. See? So we're looking for shissar venom sacs and undead shissar venom sacs. I knew a guy in my old guild that stayed at this camp basically the entire expansion, helping people get their insignias. Okay, so as a rogue, you're going to be asked to come here a lot to open these doors. You need a key to open this door. Go through here, go through here. Now we have some elites. There's a temple guard there, a temple guard there. Eventually we're going to get elites. These guys are easy. Once you go upstairs, it gets harder and harder. Let's kill this guy. Alrighty, and let's drink a haste pot. Trying to get shissar venom to drop. That's the problem. Shissar venom sacs. They are pretty rare. So it's probably better when you're making bite of the shissar to use tainted planar essence instead of shissar venom sacs. But since you're here and you're going to be asked for groups here a lot to open doors and whatnot, collect the shissar venom sacs and the undead shissar venom sacs that do drop. You want to collect as many as you can. So I think that's about it with Ssraeshza Temple. I'll definitely show you the insignia room and the Emperor's room. I can show you where the Bane weapons drop. Okay, but I think it's about it with Ssraeshza Temple with poison making. Alright, let's see if I can stealthy getaway once I get out of combat. Eventually this water elevator will take you up to the insignia room, and that's where you get your insignia. And you need 4 pieces here to make the key to get you up into the Emperor's room. So it's nice getting the wristband of the brood. That's a nice tribute item. Let's go ahead and stealthy getaway. I don't know why stealthy getaway isn't working, but anyways. I'm just going to exit the old-fashioned way and go into the gray. Let's put on an enduring breath item. Okay, and to open this door, you gotta kind of fade inside. Alright. And that trap should still be disarmed. So the trap is right here. It looks like I got hit by a trap, which is our phantom. I think I resisted the effect, but in Era, if it's the curse trap, the curse is pretty nasty, and you will die if you get cursed by that thing, unless you have a shaman in your group. So that's pretty much it with Ssraeshza Temple. Let's go out into the gray. All right. You see the drops are pretty nice. We've got some spells. We've got a Mithril Amulet, a Sapphire. Fungus Clumps we got out of the deep. They also drop in Fungus Grove. So here's the gray. And I'm going to see what drops. I'm going to see what drops Nardoo around here. This is... and I just want to demonstrate that once I take my EB item off, you see I'm struggling for breath, holding my breath, so you need to have an EB item here, or an enduring breath item. I'll be right back. Okay, Nardoo drops off the Sun Revenant camp. There we are. And the Sun Revenant camp is to the northwest. And interestingly, this is where the Shaman 2.0, lots of the pieces of the Shaman 2.0 spawn. This is also where you get one of the pieces for the Thall key. Right here, Sun Revenants. And they're just hanging out around this lake. And this is kind of a tedious area. Okay, I think I unlocked a trap. Let's do that. Nope. And for anyone working on their Shaman Epic, I kind of don't want to camp this for long. But what you're looking for off these guys are Nardoo. Nardoo. They also drop off any of the key mobs in Scarlet Desert. I'm going to head there next. See, I looted. Yep, you left a lucid, so there's a lucid shard. So people come here for their VT key piece. Let's kill all these Sun Revenants. Okay, Yttrium. Eventually you use the Yttrium to make the Lord Inquisitor Seru Bane. You have to get Bane weapons for Seru, and you have to get Bane weapons for Emperor in this expansion. The Combine for Emp is no fail, but the Combine for Lord Inquisitor Seru is around, the trivial for is around 150. Let's see if this guy drops Nardoo. I don't think he will. Meteor Dust. Meteor Dust is also used to make the Seru Bane. So the trivial for the Seru Bane is around 150. So what a lot of melee will do, and the same is true for fletching to make the bow, is around 150 for the Seru Bane damage bow. We're going to go to Scarlet Desert next, see if we can find some Nardoo there. But Nardoo is the only real thing that's here. One thing that you can do in Era is actually farm some of the materials and sub-combines to raise blacksmithing, because all melee classes are going to need to make the Seru Bane if they want to raid and kill Lord Inquisitor Seru. So what you can do is you can farm up ingredients that are needed for that combine, as well as ingredients needed to level blacksmithing, because you got to get your blacksmithing up to about 150. So just sub-combine materials for blacksmithing, like low-quality pelts, things to make leather paddings, things from classic era zones, to make plate armor that raise skill. Those all have very high value in the Luclin era. So keep all that stuff. Keep all of your cat, bear, and wolf pelts. Rockhoppers are available in Era. Let's switch. Let's get my old bracelet on. This bracelet's much more powerful. Okay, so yeah, big market for trade skilled stuff. Sub-combined market. I did quite well in Era. Alright, so what you're looking for are these Sun Revenants. These Sun Revenants are also Thall key guys. And what you're looking for off these guys are Nardoo. Nardoo. And there's a couple Sun Revenant camps. I'm just going to go to one. But yeah, Nardoo is a nether material that we use in poison making that makes, I believe, mind melt or mental implosion. And let's see, there's a Sun Revenant camp up there. There's another Sun Revenant camp here. So let's head to the one south. Kill him. And in Era, you'll actually see all these Sun Revenant camps camped up. This is, there you go. These Sun Revenants are undead. There's some Nardoo. Got two Nardoo right there. See it? So the Sun Revenants tend to drop it more here than the undead Revenants up in the Gray. Let's go to the next place. Okay, we moved one zone over from Scarlet Desert to the Twilight Sea. And from Twilight Sea, we're going to go to Fungus Grove. This is another place where you can get fungus clumps. I like to dismount right here. Luclin is the first era where we have mounts, and the drops that you really want to bid on against the Lord Inquisitor Seru, as well as the Emperor fight, Emperor Ssraeshza. Their biggest drops, the drops will always be high value drops, are their very fast mounts. A very fast mount is always very sought after in this game. Let's see here, I believe I just go right to the top. Zone into Fungus Grove is through this thing, and just click it. Go into Fungus Grove. So the Emperor drops a white stallion. That's a very fast mount. And Lord Inquisitor Seru drops a dark stallion. That's a very fast mount. And basically it's bard speed. Alrighty. So now that we're in Fungus Grove, go into Shroud. You drop down. Okay, and there's nobody ever in Fungus Grove. There's two things we want to get while we're here. Fungus Clumps. I believe Fungus Clumps drop off any of those Shriekers, as we saw earlier in the deep. But there's also Acrylia grubs, which drop off the humanoids around the lake. There's also a Shaman Epic 1.5 mob here. That I'm not sure if his drops are pre-lootable. I can't really recall. But I can show you where that is for any shamans that are watching. So all these Shriekers, these drop Fungus Clumps. The Shaman mob is around here. He's kind of like a bigger mushroom than all the other smaller mushrooms. and the placeholder are any of these smaller mushrooms. Let's just kill all of them, see how many fungus clumps I get. Some of the like regular mushrooms around here sell for decent plat. Cool thing is I'm so magic resistant. These guys aren't really touching me. Okay, that's these hardy mushroom spores. I believe these sell quite well. And there's a fungus clump. I just looted some. So lots and lots of fungus to loot off these guys. Alrighty. So let's find these guys, these mutant dregs. Alright. These guys drop Acrylia grubs pretty regularly. So you want Acrylia grubs and fungus clumps out of Fungus Grove. Alright. Sometimes just proximity aggro that guy. There he is. And just kill them all. There's some Acrylia grubs right there. Here's some more Acrylia grubs. So there you go. Nice and fun. Alrighty. So there's one last place. That's Akhevia Ruins. That's where Twilight worms drop. And that's about it with the moon. Let me see here. Oh, you can also in Thall, which is an end game zone. It's an end game zone. I'm gonna go ahead and POK out of here. Thall, you can forage for wax flowers there. The deep fungus clump, fungus clumps, fungus grove, fungus clumps, and Acrylia grubs. The gray Nardoo, Scarlet desert Nardoo, and Ssraeshza Temple. Shissar venom sacs, undead shissar venom sacs. The only issue with those venom sacs are they don't drop very often. They don't drop anywhere near as often as the tainted planar essences. So sometimes if you're making bite of the shissar, it's almost better to use tainted planar essences, which drop much more frequently in the planar zones and plane of power. I can show you where those are to make these 10 dose bite of the shissars right here. Alrighty, let's go to Akhevia Ruins, and that'll pretty much wrap up Luclin. Okay, another Beathian lair to Dawnshroud Peaks. And we go to Maiden's Eye. The VT key piece is up here. And it drops off trash mobs. It could be either rockhopper caves, or it might be rockhoppers, it might be barbarian guys that you kill. So yeah, that is a pretty contested camp because it's part of the VT piece. I would say don't worry so much about VT when you're doing Luclin. I think it's much more important to get Emp keyed and get Emperor Ssraeshza killed. Because if you can't get that Emperor key piece, then you're not going to be able to get into VT. So the Emperor is the real bottleneck in the Luclin progression. So you got to get Emperor killed. Okay, so once you're here in Maiden's Eye, there's Akhevia Ruins to the south and Umbral Plains to the east. We're going to head straight to Akhevia Ruins. And Maiden's Eye, this is where, this is a highly contested Vexthall key piece. The Vexthall keying requires lucid shards from 10 different zones, and so you'll see a lot of guilds kind of killing each other, trying to DPS out race each other over this key piece, these key pieces. And so Maiden's Eye is one of the more contested camps. The Fungus Grove camp as well, that takes a while. Alright, so now we're in Akhevia Ruins. So what we're going to kill is we're going to kill alien men and worms. Alien men and worms. There's some nice pieces for fletching here to help you raise your fletching. So I tend to come here with annulus or loot loot those pieces for annulus. And here's one of the alien men here. A little cute to kill, but too cute to kill, but I'd kill him anyways. There you go. So those Twilight worms, pretty common drop off of them. They do drop in Plane of Earth, but they don't drop as often in Plane of Earth. So if you need Twilight worms to come here, when you're on raids, kindly ask your guildmates to save Twilight worms for you and you fellow rogues, because nobody else is using Twilight worms for anything. Look for Twilight worms in the bazaar, and that's basically it. Some of these traps, there are some traps here. So when you walk over the trap, it can cause worms that will drain mana to spawn. If you kill them, they have a chance of dropping Twilight worms as well. There's some more worms. Man, I'm having a freaking worm fest here. I love it. I don't want to leave. Okay, so that's pretty much it with Luclin era poison, shopping for poison ingredients. Not really as much. Definitely more than is in Velia's, i.e. nothing. But in Kunark, that's a veritable marketplace for poisons. So that Essence of Darkness that I just looted, no, I think it's Essence of Shadow that I need for Annulus's fletching. So I'm going to just do a couple cycles here. Okay. See, he's trying to harm touch me. It's not really working. Alright, no, not Rupicide Ore. I try to help Annulus when I can. He helps me with Auspice of the Hunter. There you go. Twilight worms. Okay, don't need that. Okay, there's a shadowy hooded guy. Okay. Alright, so there's a Lucid Shard. He dropped a Lucid Shard. So Lucid Shards aren't too hard to get in Akhevia Ruins. So this little panel is there we are. This little panel looks like it's Achaemenid, from the Achaemenid dynasty. So that's has some Persian influence. As does a lot of the Vashir stuff. There's a lot of Persian influence in the Vashir capital. So, alrighty, that's kind of like all I really wanted to say about Luclin era poison making. And with that, I'll move on to the next video.